Everybody, and welcome back to another episode. Today, we're going to be talking about the 3 things that make an employee's job absolutely miserable, where they want to quit, or worse, mentally quit and stay. So if you're a business owner or a manager, listen up. Biggest hurdle that a business has to go through when it's growing is keeping rockstar A players. And these are 3 surefire ways to lose them. As you know, employee turnover is the biggest cost for any business. It's the biggest pain of a new manager. The cost of losing money for this position not being filled, the opportunity cost of what could have been made had you had somebody in this role, the cost and time and effort of having to train and rehire and get the person up and running is absolutely huge. So the best thing you can do for your organization once you find A+ rock stars is to keep them. And these are 3 things that make somebody's job absolutely miserable that you want to avoid as a business owner and you want to avoid as a manager. So let's go through those 3. Number 1 is anonymity. They don't feel like they are known. I had a project manager who got very, very frustrated with me. It was a very stressful time. We had put more on his plate, than he should have been managing. And of course, as a business owner, you're always in some kind of imbalance. Either you don't have enough work for people and they're kind of just milking the paycheck, or you've got too much work for somebody and they're a little bit stressed out. There's a very, very it's very rare that you have like the perfect amount of projects for somebody. And as a result of this, he was getting very, very stressed out. He did not know that I existed. And I remember the first time that I decided that I needed to do these quarterly ride-alongs with everyone on the team, just spend 1 or 2 days in the field with them to see what's going on and see how things are going and just build some rapport and understand what they go through. His eyes lit up. He was so excited that I was on the job, and gave him a chance to brag about some of the things that he was implementing and doing, and showed him that basically showing me like, hey, look, check out what I'm doing. So that was a big aha moment for me. You'll never get more out of people or more out of employees than when they know that they exist, when they don't feel like they're anonymous. Number 2 is irrelevance. It's when they don't feel like their job is that important. And so, kind of similar situation. I had an employee who came to me because I had not followed up with them for a long time. I'm just kind of notorious that if I've got the right guy in the right spot, that I kind of leave him alone and let him do that. And I do check in like once a week through these meetings and team meetings, but I don't spend a ton of one-on-one time. And I'm bad at that. It's something that I'm getting better at. I've since then started implementing these one-on-ones about every 2 weeks. But I just wasn't doing a good job of giving somebody praise and adoration, attaboys. Like, we did not have a great culture where other people were complimenting one another and calling people out for doing a great job, because I never did it. If the leader is not doing it, then the rest of the team isn't. Remember, everybody follows the leader. And so it was my job to make sure that he knew that his job was important. And most importantly, I communicate not just to him directly, but in the team meetings, how important each and everybody's role are. I've got to show how their role plays into the success of the bigger picture, the long-term success of the organization. It's very important. That is one of the responsibilities of the leader, is to constantly communicate how not only the employee's dream and the employee's needs play into the long-term picture, the long-term vision of the community. I'm really tripping over my words here, but what I'm trying to say is you've got to show how the vision of the organization aligns with not only the employee's personal life. Now, if we had our long-term vision, Mr. Employee, your dreams and your everything is going to become a reality, but your role that you play in the organization and how it feeds into the long-term vision of the company and makes it a reality. People want to feel recognized. They want to feel like they're important. So that's the second that you want to avoid, is irrelevance. And the third is mismeasurement. There's no better way to lose A+ rock stars than not measuring their performance. And there's no better way to get the D and D- and F people off of your team. If you can create accountability through a process that measures their performance, then it'll get rid of the people that don't like accountability and can't perform, And it will keep the guys who want that measuring stick to look at and say, hey, look, I'm doing a kick butt job, and I want to be rewarded for it. So make sure that you can measure the performance. I hired somebody and brought them on. I was getting frustrated with how they were managing social media. And then I realized I never set a measuring stick for them. There were no key performance indicators for them to live up to. And so we sat down and said, okay, hey, we want to increase the number of comments and likes and the number of followers that we've got by X amount. And so they had a measuring stick to live up to. So those are the 3 things that you want to avoid as a business owner or a manager: is making your employees feel anonymous, making them feel irrelevant, and making their position something that cannot be measured. Hey, if you got value from today's episode, do me a favor. Go show us some love. Give us 5 stars. Leave us a quick review. It allows us to bring this to more great listeners like yourself. We'll see you next time.